Today we're in New York City with the 4th of July coming up, talking to college students about whether they're proud to be an American. What will they have to say? Let's find out. Do you consider yourself today proud to be an American?
Oh boy, that's a tough question.
No.
No, not in the America we have right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not proud.
No.
Are you proud to be an American?
Definitely not.
No, I'm not proud of America. I'm not proud of what we've done.
Would you consider yourself proud to be an American?
I'm gonna go with no, especially like recently.
At the end of the day, I guess I would say no.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm proud.
I think we need to stop thinking that we're the best nation on earth because that's just egotistical and it's not accurate.
We're pretty great though.
We're close.
Things that are America, like I don't want to associate myself with.
Patriotic views about America, when it really comes down to it, I feel like it's more just like a tool to be used to get people to join the army.
And what about America right now would you consider yourself not proud of?
I mean, I think the answer is pretty obvious. Just look at the news.
There's a plethora of things that are going wrong.
Orphan border issues.
Got it. So were you not proud when Obama did it 5 years ago?
I think that it's different now.
A lot of the not proud of being an American comes from like the history of the U.S.
Any places that come to mind that would be better?
Better than the U.S. Probably some nice little socialist country in Europe.
If we change presidents, then I would be proud.
And there's an America that we can make that will be great.
Yeah.
And so I
Are
believe.
you saying make America great again?
No.
That's not what I'm saying.
Everything with the Supreme Court right now is like really scary. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I'm
scared.
genuinely scared.
Were you concerned when President Obama filled the Supreme Court vacancies in the election year?
No.
In the past, were you proud to be an American, and what made you more proud then?
I guess it was just ignorance. I had no idea how many people in this country were so far right and discriminatory. And
I would first of all reverse everything Trump has done, every executive action. I'd reverse everything he's done right now.
Okay. Would that crash the economy though? Things are going pretty well right now in the economy.
Those are like pretty longitudinal. I don't think anything beneficial has been his doing at all.
What could be done to make you proud of your country?
I'd like, people to be able to express their identities and be themselves without having to deal with prejudice and,
Is there a law for that though?
There could be. There are laws that could help with that.
What do you think about the immigration policy in our country right now under President Trump?
I can tell you he doesn't have one. He's just playing it by his own ear, his forefathers' ears. If I were him, I'd seek out another job because he's a temporary employee like the rest of us.
All right, so these pictures have been surfacing in the media a lot about the children in the detention centers. They're in chain link fences, they got foil blankets on
That
them.
never should have happened. When they did what they were doing at Guantanamo, they should have let people know what's going on there. That woman that died, got shot in the head, it takes a talented eye to shoot for mass, and it takes an even better eye to shoot for someone's head.
Right, going back to this though, do you think that this is solely President Trump's fault?
Oh, of course it's his fault.
All right. What
Because
if
he could change policy anytime he wants to, but instead he's busy blowing up Twitter with BS.
I told you that these are from the 2014 Obama administration?
You know what? He had people up under him. He had plenty of people up under him. You can't go for the mountain when you got all the ground below you.
But you're saying that this is all Trump's fault, but this has been going on since Bill Clinton.
But you know what? This is what I'm saying to you today. It can't happen what happened back then. You take care of what's current. The current is that the current administration could take care of this in a snap.
Well, just the whole concept of shutting down our borders from people that need our help is repulsive to me.
But we're not shutting down our borders, we're just stopping illegal immigration into our country.
We need illegal immigrants in our country.
Why? I mean,
Because
okay.
we need to be compassionate to people that need our help. It's a unique problem that has to be dealt with. I understand that, but at the same point in time, the zero tolerance policy is unacceptable.
Did you know that there's been a 310% increase in the number of human trafficking victims coming from the border into our country?
Human trafficking?
Yes, people are coming from the border. In many cases, the parents of the children coming from the border aren't necessarily the real parents of the children at all, and they don't have documentation proving that they are their kids.
It's kind of like the welfare system. Just because some people abuse it doesn't mean you shut the whole thing down.
It's just something that bothered me after I left, man. Like these pictures right here, that's good. I'm glad you're out here showing people and you're making it apparent for people. But don't bullshit with people. Like if you're gonna show these pictures, lead with, hey, these are some Obama era pictures. I don't know where this is at. They don't have any context with them.
But the point that I was trying to make, sir, is that the mainstream media is trying to demonize Trump a lot. They're trying to equate those to Trump. Nobody wants to talk about Bill Clinton or Obama. I'm not trying to trip people up. I'm trying to show people that the mainstream media is very biased and they're trying to make Trump look a specific way.
That's perfectly fine. But don't try to trip people up. If you want to tell people that these are Obama pictures, Obama era pictures, just lead with that. Don't try to trip people up.
Eating meat is pretty tasty, so it's no surprise that most people do it. You probably do. But are they making a mistake in leaving half the human race enslaved by patriarchy? Ann D'Alessio Parson is a sociology professor at Penn State University. She's sitting right next to me on the set right now. In a recent piece for something called the Journal of Feminist Geography, Professor D'Alessio Parson says that eating meat entrenches hegemonic masculinity and that for women going vegetarian, quote, pushes back against the patriarchy and may even eliminate the gender binary itself. Professor D'Alessio Parson joins us tonight. Professor, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. So you wrote this in the Journal of Feminist Geography. My issue did not come, so I haven't seen it. But tell me,
I can send you a copy.
I can't wait. So you say that vegetarianism helps women push back against the patriarchy and makes men more egalitarian and respectful. How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, so that's not a direct quote, but that is very well summarized.
Okay.
So you must have good people working for you.
Oh, for sure. So how do you connect eating meat, carnivorous behavior, with the patriarchy?
Well, I said I brought you a gift, right?
Yes.
Use your imagination.
Okay.
And I think this book might help.
Okay.
Okay. So I read it this year. Have you ever heard of Octavia Butler?
No, never.
Oh, do you like science fiction?
Oh, tons.
Yes, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a book by Octavia Butler called
Okay.
Lilith's Brood. I can't remember this camera.
Lilith's Brood. Okay. And that's like a dystopian feminist novel about men.
It's no. You got to read it.
It's
to
about
find out.
carnivores?
You got to read it to find out, right?
Well, tell me, do you think that being a vegetarian helps defeat the patriarchy?
Well, wait, first, are you going to read it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then you
Come
have
on.
to read it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And this is the one I'm reading.
Okay.
And for another partial response, check out this one.
Good. So we've sold a couple of feminist books here on the book club.
They're not just feminist.
But tell me, let's get to the nub of it. How I eat meat.
Yeah.
How am I perpetuating the patriarchy by doing so?
Well, okay, there's several ways. One of the ways in which we perpetuate patriarchy is when we take up a little bit too much space.
Right.
And eating meat is a diet that requires more space on the planet.
Well, okay.
It requires more resources to produce meat than it does to produce plant-based food.
But what does that have to do? I understand that, and I know the environmental argument against eating meat, but you seem to suggest in your piece that there's something about meat specifically that makes men dangerously masculine, and that men who refrain from meat become easier to deal with, or as you put it, more egalitarian.
I seem to say in my piece. You said you didn't read it yet.
Well, I have the summary right here.
Well, you didn't read my words.
Well, I think they've got quotation marks around it.
Oh, okay.
Do you believe that eating meat makes men more masculine?
Why are you, I guess I'm wondering why you're so concerned about, men becoming more or less masculine.
I feel like this, are you really a professor? Because I feel like this may be performance art.
What's performance? No, I'm a professor.
Okay.
I believe that when you come together, two individuals come together.
Right.
You co-produce knowledge.
Okay.
So you were saying before you didn't finish college?
You co-produce knowledge.
Yes.
So you tell me this. If I stopped eating meat, how would I be better?
I don't think it's about better or worse, right?
Okay.
I think it's a question of how much space are we as individuals taking up. So how much space are we taking up when it comes to what we consume? The tea we drink, I really like tea. I had a package for you, I'll give it to you later.
Okay.
The things
Let
that
me just ask you this really
put on
quick.
our body and what we put in our households. How much space do we take up?
You promise you're a real professor?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does it mean to be a real professor?
I
teach adjunct.
This is getting too deep. I'm going to ask you one last final question, which is, I'm getting the sense from what I have read, whether or not you wrote it is another question, but I think that you did, that when men stop eating meat, they change in ways that you think are good. Is that true?
I think it's helpful that men stop, that all people consider how much meat they choose to put in their bodies. I'm not here to mandate anything, right? We all make our individual level choices. Our individual choice is incredibly important, right? Okay. Adam Smith.
Yes, Adam
Right?
Smith.
We were just talking about it in the green room.
I will say I come away with 2 strong impressions from this interview. One, I like you more.
Really?
But I know much less.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Will you have me back to discuss our
books?
books?
We can talk about.